Dear colleague, thank you so much for your kind interest in my paper titled as Dispute over the Applicable Scope of the Svalbard Treaty, a Chinese lawyer's perspective. Due to the increase of global temperature, the Arctic region is transforming from a permanently frozen area to a seasonal ice-free area, which causes the country's high attention of it for the interests of the ownership of the territory, energy exploitation, waterway access, etc. As one of the few international intergovernmental treaties in the Arctic area, the treaty has been getting more and more attention. The dispute about the treaty mainly focuses on the determination of its applicable scope. That is, whether the Svalbard Treaty can apply to fishery protection zone and the continental shelf or not. Different interpretations of this issue will directly affect the relevant interests of the contracting parties in the waters around the island, so the debate is particularly intense. As one of the first contracting parties, China's interests in the Arctic area are also profoundly and directly impacted by the determination of Svalbard Treaty's applicable scope. China's Arctic interests mainly focus on the scientific resource interests, political interests, and economic interests. Nowadays, under the conditions that the Arctic territories are all vested in the surrounding Arctic nations, the Svalbard Treaty not only serves as an important channel for China to participate in the discussion of the Arctic issues, but also as a crucial connection point between China and the Arctic matters. Meanwhile, as an important part of China's Arctic interests, China has attached great importance to the non-discriminatory rights given by the treaty, such as scientific research, resources exploitation, fishing, hunting, and commercial activities, etc. From a Chinese lawyer's perspective, with the use of citation methods, refutation methods, exemplification methods, etc., I try to analyze the Chinese position of the Svalbard Treaty and to demonstrate the legitimacy of China's viewpoint from a treaty interpretation perspective in this paper. This paper contains 5 parts. Part 1 is an introduction, which briefly introduces the background of the treaty and the dispute on its applicable scope. Part 2 explores China's interest in Arctic areas and the efforts and impacts of the dispute to them, and then point out the core of the dispute, namely how to comprehend the territorial waters in this treaty. In Part 3 and Part 4, according to the viewpoint that the goal of treaty interpretation is supported to giving considerations to the rational composition in both objective and subjective theory, demonstrate the meanings of territorial water in the treaty should contain the fishery protection zone and the continental shelf around the Svalbard Island, partly from the normative legal significance perspective and the intentions of the contract parties perspective, referring to intertemporal law, evolutionary interpretation, historical analysis, and the rational contract party analysis. Therefore, the conclusion in Part 5 can be drawn that Svalbard Treaty should be applicable to the fishery protection zone and to the possible EEZ if Norway decides to establish one, and the continental shelf around Svalbard. Thus, other contracting parties are entitled to non-discrimination rights given by the treaty in these 2 areas. This conclusion has important significance for China. It means that China, as a contracting party of the treaty, is entitled to enjoy the non-discrimination rights which are conferred by the Treaty in Fishery Protection Zone and the continental shelf around the Svalbard Island. In line with China's intentions, her rise in Svalbard on the nature of the evolution should be confirmed. Meanwhile, it is conducive for China to strengthen the connection with Arctic affairs, providing a more solid legal foundations to be more deeply involved in Arctic affairs and thus foreign pressure interest demandings. Again, thank you so much for your interest in my paper.